Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I actually gotta keep it here. Okay. Can't move that. All right. Yeah, we'll just keep that there. But hello, people. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Holy shit. Oh my God. Where do I even begin? Where do I even begin for this stream? Holy fuck. It's been 6 whole years, dude. It's been 6 years. So, the main thing that I wanted to do for this stream is for this special stream is I don't want to make it too long. I just want to, go through and break down, my first song. What I'm gonna do is the plan that I have for this stream is what I wanted to talk about is, just a little concise version of the musical journey thus far, and just going through, the main things that I want to go through are, my very first song, my most popular song, which you can see right here. And then I want to break down and just, go through, my thought process in making some of my favorite songs from more recent years. You know, Obviously, there are going to be a lot of songs that are probably not going to be highlighted in this stream, but if you do want to see a lot more of the music that I've broken down in some of my, previous milestone streams for music anniversaries, all those VODs are on YouTube and they are in a playlist that you can access. So, if you see like certain songs, that might not have been highlighted for this stream, I guarantee you they're definitely going to be in some of the other ones that I've done in previous years. So, yeah, I definitely don't want to make this too long for y'all. I know y'all probably got like more important things y'all got to do. But for those who are here, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Happy to have you. And thank you so much for your support throughout these 6 years, bro. Holy fuck. Like, it still feels like yesterday. Well, it technically was yesterday, 6 years ago, because at the time of recording this, it's October 6th. I shared my first song. I first publicly started sharing my music on October 5th, 2018. And still to this day, bro, like it's been absolutely just astronomical and like beyond my wildest dreams, just how much reach my music has gotten. And I plan to achieve a lot more with it too, and it's mainly because of everybody who's, giving me a chance. I've went from just, making songs, like I've made mashups, I've made remixes. I've even started wanting to take on like collab work and stuff like that. Like, it's stuff that I would have never expected to be able to have the opportunity to do. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, thank you all so much for your support throughout these 6 years. And, without any further introduction, I think what we gonna do is I want to go through and I want to go and find and just do a breakdown of my very first song, which wherever it is, oh yeah, the mega song list. Got to go through that. What I could have done. Here's what I could have done here. What I'm gonna do is just go by most popular, and like, dude, like a lot of these are like numbers that I would have never expected, to have. Like, of course, my most popular song here from 4 years ago, still sitting at the top with 43K. This one here was also to promote the very first song that I ever, made an official license for, which got a good amount right there, 34K. And then, a bunch of remixes that I've done have also gotten a very substantial, a very high amount of views there. But the song that I want to break down today, first of all, is the one from 6 years ago. The very first song that I ever made public on this channel. And I think it was because of this feedback right here, that it was because of some of the feedback that I had gotten from the people that I first shared it with. I think that right there began my motivation. And, like, it was the first time where I was like, you know what? I think I figured out, what I want to do. And I think that reinvigorated what my biggest passion has been throughout my entire life. So here is There's No One Else, posted on October 5th, 2018. Now 6 years ago, bro. Here it is, my very first publicly shared song. Oh, and also I just want to mention before we actually like get into it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the song all the way through at first so that people have a chance to listen. And then what I'm gonna do then is then I'm gonna go back and just break down different parts of the song, and just like, the process behind why, why and like where certain parts, I felt fit. Jesus Christ, look at that fucking picture.
Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days there's no one else
You could tell this was
who
a
loves me like you used to.
you could tell this was a very experimental phase for me.
Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. There's no one I can turn to. Some days there's no one else who
Also,
loves me like
hopefully the
you
uh
used to.
hopefully the volume is good on everything.
I can turn to. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. There's no one I can turn to.
And like I said, once this song is fully run through, I'm gonna run it back, and then I'm gonna just break down different parts of it.
Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. There's no one I can turn to. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. There's no one I can turn to. Loves me like you used to.
What's up, Rainbow? Welcome in. Good to see you. Congrats on your 6-year music anniversary. Thank you, Rainbow. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Can't believe it's already been 6 years. Okay, so yeah, that was my very first song. And you can tell in a lot of parts here too that there was a lot of experimenting going on because at the time I really didn't know that much about, like music software. Like I was just so used to like playing instruments and stuff like that. Like I've been playing instruments and watching my family, who was full of musicians like ever since I was a baby. So, working with like actual like music programs and music software was a first for me at this time. But I did not have a PC, nor did I have like a nearby computer that could like, run all the, like major music programs that, artists have been using for like, a couple generations now. At this time, especially from, this point all the way up to I want to say like early 2021 or late 2020, I made music primarily on my phone, and this was one of the first songs from that I shared. So like going back, my whole thought process was I wanted to try and like establish. My whole thought process was I wanted to try and establish the beat first, then bring in a melody. So like right there, you can hear like the preparation before the melody comes in. And because I was more focused on like more so like R&B and like and and because like I was more so focused on like an R&B or like a pop vibe, bro, like I was more so thinking like what would like how would like some of these pop artists make a sample like this, but also I wanted to try and give it like my own type of like my own type of R&B flair. I wanted to try and make it like as R&B as possible, even though it's more so like a pop sample. Like even even like the pre-recorded vocals. And I would just like to preface: I do not sing. I can't sing. My voice is too awful for that. So like incorporating this right here was literally the main focus. It's supposed to be like a sort of a remix if you think about it. I wanted to try and get smooth with it and that like get a little jazzy with it. You know what I'm saying? And then you hear the piano kick in the background. A melodic piano. I will say though, like each time each time I hear like a transition in it, bro, like I notice like tempo wise, like even though it like may still seem like it's still in like the still on beat or like in within signature, like even like with the transition, like every time like there's the cymbal hit, bro, like I feel like it's just like a nanosecond slower than it should be. And like I notice it like every time I hear this song play back, bro. But like it was just like with with what I was working with and like the resources I had, there wasn't really much I could do to fix it even in post. So like I said, this was my first time sharing something like this, and like it was an experimental phase. But like every time I like listen back to it, I often like can hear that like just like that slight it's like very slight. It's a very slight delay, but at the same time, it's not too drastically bad to the point where it like fucks up the flow of the song. And like you hear that little, that other little, that right there. We go back to the jazziness. And then I threw that little sample in there too. Cause I just love like the grace notes within that auto tune too. There's something a little soulful about that, even though it's auto tuned. So like the original sample of this song like had like a totally different vibe than what I made it to be. And that's the fun part about music. Sometimes when you have like a sense, and that's the fun part about, you know, making music too, or like making a remix or something, or like beats and stuff like that. Like with the original material, with what you get, bro, there's often so many opportunities and so many ways that you can like put your own flair or your own spin on it, or like, you know, completely turn it in another direction and make it unique to your own, which is something like I've always loved doing. So we pretty much hooked it back to the chorus, well, and then just kept the jazziness in the background to improve the groove. And then we break it down just a little bit. Get ready for the outro. And you can hear in the background with the beat, I added like a tambourine hit with a syncopated conga too. You can hear, and just kept that melodic piano riff going. And we break it down again as we get ready to wrap this thing up here. I feel like maybe a cymbal swell or maybe like some chimes would have worked better right there. Yeah. Probably should have like broke it down, or like, you know, that should have been the final breakdown right there instead of this one. Yeah, because now that I think about it, it kind of feels a little bit abrupt. But, hey. At the time, I was very proud of it. But yeah, that was my very first song. So, see, now what I want to do is now from, like, I just want to, like, go through and actually, before we do that, I want to actually go through and break down now my most popular song. So now that we've gone through the first one, let's go through the most popular one, which is Better Days from 4 years ago. So like I said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run this through, and then we'll listen to it, and then we'll go back again, and then I'll break down, you know, different sections of the song. So here is my most popular song, Better Days, from April 29th, 2020. Now, of course, if y'all remember, this was like literally during like the height of when the pandemic was taking place. So, you know, of course, there was a lot of pessimism. There was a lot of, you know, really bad things happening around the world at this time. We were caught in literally one of the biggest health crises in our history. So, you know, I felt like making a song that, you know, portrayed a message of, you know, saying, hey, we may be in a shitty time right now, but, you know, I feel like even the message in the title of the song, you know, hints at, you know, hey, good things can still happen. So, and the overall vibe and like the theming of this song, you know, I wanted to portray at least a somewhat powerful message, even without words, you know what I mean? So, here's Better Days, my most popular song. While we're listening to it, I'm gonna mute up and take care of something real quick. This is still to this day one of the best pictures of me that is ever taken, and there's not many of them. There's like literally only like 4 or 5 that I'm like actually like can tolerate looking at. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because now that that's my new profile picture, bro, I like this used to be my profile picture for a long time. This one and another one of me in this same exact outfit, just facing forward and actually like smiling. But yeah, that was my most popular song, Better Days. So now I just want to go back through and break it down. Just, let y'all get a feel for what I was, let y'all get a feel for the creative process. So like just right here, it's just like, it's just smooth. Then you bring like a little bit of that groove in. My main goal for this one, the main vibe, okay, so like as you can see, like how like nostalgic like the background looks, bro, like the overlay and everything, just with like, the VCR type setting with the time and the date and stuff like that. It's sort of like old school shit. Um, I was basically going for like a 90s R&B, feel good type of vibe, you know what I'm saying? Because like, the song is called Better Days, and better days make people, better days are, known for making people feel better than, the day than they did, the day before. So, but the overall message behind this song, with it being called Better Days, is, like better days are coming. We were trapped, in a shitty time because, as you know, 2020 all the way up to like, mid 2023 was the global COVID pandemic. So, a lot of people were, isolated, barred, and like not being able to see their families. Everybody was getting sick. A lot of people were dying from this disease. It was just a lot of really terrible things that were happening in the world at this time. So I wanted to make a song that, you know, and not only like relax people a little bit, sort of like ease the nerves even for just like a few minutes, just to get their minds off of that whole thing that happened. But also I just wanted to give them, like something to feel good about, something to, look forward to, because a lot of people really didn't not a lot of people really didn't expect us to ever get out of something like that, as bad as it got. But I wanted to, make a song that could portray a message of giving people, something to hope for. So that was my main reason why I wanted to, make a song like this. Even without words, I still wanted to, be able to portray that kind of message. And I feel like, me personally, I feel like I did. In the best way that I could. You just got like that old R&B classic beat there. You got the guitar. That part there that you hear sounds more like a sitar, which is like an accompaniment to the overall melody here with the E piano, the keyboard, and it goes a little higher there, as sort of to like take a little bit more of the spotlight. I tried to go for a little bit more of like a Erykah Badu or a Lauryn Hill type beat, or you know what I'm saying? Or even Jill Scott. You hear that little piano slide there. That glissando, I think is what it's called. You like the guitar is a little bit louder there. The guitar and the sitar sort of like working in tandem with each other now, as the E piano or the keyboard is like just like straight up flowing it all through. And we got a breakdown here before we get to the bridge. And here's the bridge. Start to hear some voices in the background. Sort of like a little, like mini, I wouldn't say a choir, but And I forgot like what it is that they could be saying in here. It could just be like, like vocalization. Just to really give it that 90s like that classic R&B type feel. You hear the high sitar again. Just wanted to talk about how like the melody changed a little bit during that bridge too, especially in the first half of it. Then we just like mellow it out just a little bit before we get back to the overall melody. So as you can see, so as you can tell here, like you can tell like it's getting ready to prepare to like, you know, like break the song, like wrap up the song and like go to the outro. So like we break it down again right here. It's sort of like a clap your hands type part right there. And we get to the next to last and the final breakdown here. For just, you know, just the E piano. And there we have it. That's my most popular song, Better Days. Now, initially when I posted this song, yeah, I wanted to expect it to get at least a little bit of attention, but it went far beyond my expectations and like got like over 40,000 views. So that to me is the most impressive thing that could have ever happened. And like literally the whole time that I've ever like done music. Like it made me really happy that so many people had, you know, overall seen this and like gave it a chance and possibly took something positive away from it like it was intended. We need them better days, exactly. Yep. This was like still during a time where we all thought, you know, like this was like literally when all hell was breaking loose, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that is my most popular song, Better Days. Now, I have a lot other stuff here, like, you know, chopped and screwed mixes, you know, mashups and other stuff that I've done. But, you know, I think to avoid, you know, potential copyright and DMCA violations, I'ma probably, you know, not play any of these. But another thing that I do want to mention is have I have albums that I've made. If I can find them, I gotta remember where they are. I don't know if I ever saved them, which is a shame because I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. But yeah, I have two albums out actually, which you can find on like Spotify and stuff like that, which I guess we can go to like mainly. But I also post a lot of my music on this site called BeatStars, which I started doing recently, which you can find most of my beats and which is where I upload most of my music now, you know, for people to, you know, buy, which in turn directly supports me. You know, it's something that, you know, how I want to, you know, make a living. But, you know, I do have also two albums out, which you can buy here. You know, the first one that I released 4 years ago, which features eight, I think I want to say, yeah, 8 tracks, which is still to this day, you know, I'm I think it's gonna turn 4 years old this Christmas actually. Yep, it'll turn 4 years old on this Christmas. Now this one right here is the one that my most recent album that I've released this year. It's called Everything I Need, which I will play everybody a few songs from here. You know, I will play like at least I will play you the title track and like maybe like 3 or 4 of my favorite songs from my personal favorite songs that I've made from this album. Vinyls win. That would be I would love to, you know, do vinyl copies of my albums. I would love to. But the thing is, I have no idea what I would need to do in order to make that happen. So that's something that I would have to like do a lot of research on because I know it's probably going to cost I know there's probably like a lot of costs with that too, as far as like production goes for those, which I don't have the money for right now. I know, starving artist, classic. But but yeah, I would love to do like physical CDs, vinyls. Like I would love to do, cause I would even like to do cassette tapes for all the old school out there. Vinyl do be a little pricey. Yeah, it is. Like it'd be one thing if I had like the equipment to actually like, produce that stuff myself, but I don't. And like trying to like reach out to a company or like a press company to do anything like that is definitely not going to be cheap. But it's a fucking absolutely incredible idea, which I would love to do. But in order to avoid like, the fucking tag being played, I'm gonna play you just a few songs. Well, the title track, and then just a couple of my personal favorite songs from my album here on Spotify. So we'll just start with Everything I Need first, which is the title track. I wonder how I can just pull this up right here. So like, this one I wanted to be like a more so like, I wanted to try like give like a magical feel, but also like very like ethereal. So you can hear like that little like pad in the background. That's what's supposed to give it that feeling, along with the strings. This whole album here is like R&B themed, R&B and neo soul. You got the main melody right there. And mellow it out just a little bit. Here, I just wanted to, keep that ethereal feeling going, especially with the pad throughout the entire song mostly, while everything else was working in tandem with it. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do all that now, but hey, there we go. And then we go right back to the chorus, or the main part. And of course I did a little add-in. I did some add-ins there with the beat. Just, give it a little bit of variation, you know what I mean? And then we break it down. I made this song expecting it to blow up, bro. But it kind of didn't, perform as well as I wanted it to back when I first posted this song. So, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna put this together in an album, and I'm gonna hope it does better then. And so far, I think it has. Still not where I would like it to be at personally, but it did do way better than it did when I first posted it years ago. Then you got that little sine wave in there, trying to add with some accompaniment there. And then we got the breakdown here leading into the bridge. Just straight pad and groove. And you got the chimes right there, just to add a little bit of magic to it. A little fairy dust, you know what I'm saying? You got the sign and the guitar, sort of giving it a little bit of a help smoothing it out. You bring it all back. And this is sort of like, you know, where everything comes together. Fairy dust, yeah. I couldn't think of any other way to, like, put it. A little of that Tinkerbell, hey, you already know. So yeah, like, you hear, like, you know, how it just, you know, like, breaks down. Just to still, like, keep that magic in it. Finish it off with the strings there. Actually, yeah, I actually do want to play the next one, because the next one is one of my favorites that I put on here. It's called Won't You Be Mine. A lot of these I know, like, you know, the context is, you know, seems very romantical. You know, I wanted to see what I wanted to see, you know, a lot of the songs that I did make, bro, like a lot of like R&B and like neo soul type songs, you know, often that I've seen from other artists, you know, mainstream or not, have often had, you know, like titles like these where it's like, you know, it's the context of it is like something very romantical. And like I wanted to try and like, you know, put that kind of visualization in there, even though I haven't really been in a romantical situation for as long as I can remember. But it's not a feeling that one can just forget, you know what I'm saying? Like once you've like had that experience, even if it's just once, you know, it's not something that you can just, it's not something that goes away. You know, that feeling is always rekindled when you meet the right person. So this one is called Won't You Be Mine. And I remember I did like 3 different versions of this one, but like this is the one right here where especially, you know, like the different, you know, cut-ins and like different like, you know, switch ups and everything that happened that I did made this final version here one that I can be proud of and like more vibey in a sense. So this is Won't You Be Mine. All right, let me start over. There we go. There it is again. You'll find that I like to use chimes and cymbal swells quite a lot in my music, especially in like R&B themed type songs. Or just whenever it's necessary, whenever I feel it's necessary. I love the like notepad. I love the like rhythmic pattern in like the EP, the keyboard melody. And then you got the bells sort of like working in tandem with the keyboard. The pad too is sort of like, you know, the pad is sort of like the foundation, like the basis for the melody. You know what I'm saying? All right, no, wait, go back. You hear that part right there? That part there seems like a little bit of a call and response between the bells and the keyboard. Listen. You hear that? That call and response? I love stuff like that. we break it down. See how the beat is a little bit, you know, like a little bit simpler in this part, just like for the mellow feeling. And you can hear the bass a little bit being a little bit more prominent too. There goes Tinkerbell again. I'm gonna just start referring to the chimes as Tinkerbell, bro. Thanks, Flameser. And then the pad gets brought back into it too. Meanwhile, just like the hi-hat and the beat itself just keeps just riding everything. There's another. Oh, wait. There's another call and response. There's another call and response there, too. This time, listen to the bass. Listen to the bass. Well, actually, no. Listen to the bass and the pad. So if it just goes like, choo, and then just like you hear the bass going like, doom, 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 doom. And then the E piano going like, doom, doom, doom. That's another call and response right there. The only difference is, because when the bells were in it earlier, you couldn't really hear it that way, but like here you can hear from you can hear another call and response from another perspective. Listen. Wait for it. Listen. Here we go. The bells are back. We got the claps too at the. What up, Thunder? Welcome in. Now listen for that call and response again. Oh, and then I threw a little surprise in there too. That sign. This is my favorite part. All right, hold on. So like you heard like that little sign, that surprise sine wave in there too, didn't you? So congratulations for 6 years. Thank you. Appreciate you. Now, but this part right here, this little breakdown right here is my favorite part of the song. This is the part of the song that I went through and like tried to like revamp the most. And this part right here, I think I made it like as groovy as I could, because like when I posted it beforehand, I noticed like it kind of sounded a bit samey. It felt like, you know, like there was like, it felt like a little filler section. But after I went through and like recomposed this part for the final version, oh my god, I was legit like rocking in my chair so much, because like I couldn't believe like I actually could like make this part even funkier than I intended to. So just give this part a little listen right here. This was a complete breakdown of the beat, and just like doing like some mixing around. You still got the pads in there. Throw in the shaker just to add a little bit of funk to it. And the sine too, because you don't hear this part that often. You didn't hear this part before with the sine wave. And the bass too, just giving it that little, just that little grunge to it. That little boom, boom, boom with the kick there. You can tell how like we're preparing to go right back to the main part here. go. We get back to the main part here as we get ready to take it home. Yeah. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna keep it a $1.50 with you. This is probably one of my favorite songs that I've ever made. There goes Tinkerbell again. And now you hear that first part right here for the second time in the sine wave. That call and response once again. But then we break it down and we finish it off with we break it down, but we finish it off with that last part once again. And of course we gotta have Tinkerbell finish. We gotta have Tinkerbell take it home too. But yeah, that was possibly one of my favorite songs that I've ever made. Speaking of another of one of my favorite songs I've ever made, this one right here, oh my goodness, I could not tell you how much I was vibing with this one, dude. I knew this one was going to be a favorite for a lot of people when I posted this one. This song is called Cozy, and you'll find out why soon as you hear it. It's pretty relaxing, I have to say, right? It reminds me of P5 and walking around the city. You know, you're not the first person who's told me that, Thunder. A lot of people say, like, a lot of my music sounds like it could have been in a Persona game. Or, like, in, like, any sort of Sega games, you know what I'm saying? And to me, that's a huge honor because, one, I love Persona, and two, it would be absolutely incredible if any, like, you know, video game company or, like, you know, game developers ever want to, you know, use my music for anything. That would be fucking amazing. One day, though. One day. Maybe. Manifesting. I'm manifesting a lot of great things to happen with my music, bro, in the next coming years. You know what I'm saying? But it couldn't, but but another thing about that is it can't go nowhere without y'all's support. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this song is called Cozy, and this by far is like literally, if I had to put this song as one of my favorite, if I put this song as one of my favorites, bro, which it is, this one is definitely top 5. This one right here is like within top 10, but oh my God, this one here is within top 5. So I hope y'all enjoy this one. If you haven't heard it yet, here's Cozy. And I thought this was a great song. I thought this was the perfect song to finish this album with. So right now you just got like the little keyboard. You got the bass kicking in along with the bells. Sounds very nostalgic for some reason, even though it's a new song. Got the beat kicking in with the hi-hat. And just the kick very faintly in the back. Ooh, that little keyboard riff right there. It's meant to be very soothing. It's meant to touch the soul. Then you got the beat kicking in. I just want to talk about that hi-hat. Though. Just like listen to like just how like just absolutely it kind of sounds like a Christmas theme at the beginning. You know what? That's a fair assessment. It does have a bit of like a holiday vibe to it. Speaking of holiday vibes, I'll show you another song later that absolutely fits that description, which is the intent that I was going for. So, I'm gonna keep myself reminded of that, Flameser. Thank you for actually, like pointing that out. That's a fair assessment too. It does kind of have like a little bit of a holiday feel to it. You put some jingle, you put like a you know, rhythmic jingle bells in the back, you know, like that fit the tempo. It could definitely be a holiday song. That's probably where the nostalgia comes from. Yeah. It's like Christmas for a lot of people is like a very nostalgic season. Like a lot of people do a lot of reflection around the holiday. A lot of people do a lot of reflection and a lot of reminiscing around the holidays. I know I do. You know, it's mainly, you know, supposed to be like a feeling of joy, a feeling of reunion, you know, just, you know, people say, you know, the Christmas season is supposed to be the season that brings about all the good vibes within the world. You know what I'm saying? You know, just feelings of joy, you know. Unfortunately, you know, that doesn't really happen in every case, but, you know, just I can see why you would say that. Yeah, like the bells especially are what literally bring about that can literally, you know, spark that point of view. It's like if you listen to it, put some jingle bells behind that bell melody right there, yeah. But a lot of times, a lot of R&B songs of the '90s used to use that kind of use that kind of bells, those kinds of bells too. And there go Tinkerbell again to bring it in, bring the beat in. You listen to that bass. Hold on, I want y'all to listen to when the bass kicks in. Just listen to how like it just like that accompaniment towards, you know, the main melody, and just like how like smooth and like just you hear that little lick right there? Got a little slide there too with it. And then the keyboard comes in and does its own thing too. And then it slowly just starts to like flow right back into the rhythm. Here we go. Then we bring the strings in. And you hear how they go up in octaves too. Oh my goodness. Now here, that part right there, like when the strings go from like that high, that upper octave, and then they just go right back down, and then go right back down into like the second I guess you could say like the second part. Oh my god, you can just like hear like how reminiscent it sounds. Like it's like that whole thing right there is like meant for you to like, hey, like it's a moment of reflection, it feels like just listen to that. Oh my god, bro. Alright, here we go. Here's the last part right here. I've mentioned this before, but from basically how this song is structured, how I structured this song, this is meant to like, you know, be like, you know, like, okay, so like in the beginning, you know, there's not much. All you hear is just like the main keyboard melody. But then you get to like this part right here where the beat comes in. where like it slowly comes in. You hear how everything is building. I'll show you again. Like, wait for the beat to come in. There we go. It builds again. That's where the main beat comes in. Then we break it down just a little bit, but it's also still building at the same time with the strings coming in now. So even though the beat is broken down, the melody itself is still building. Now that we're bringing in a new part. And see, we're about to build again. Now we got the synth lead in. Now this part I had to really be careful with because the synth lead originally from like one of the like first runs of this song that I did, it was loud as hell. So I had to like really like be careful and like walk a tightrope in balancing this fucking synth lead so that it wasn't literally overpowering the entire melody, the entire song itself, and like the main melody. So, when you hear it like come in, it's like it can be like very subtle, but also like once you like hear it, you will hear it. You see what I mean? It's supposed to add that power to that song, to the song, but not too much. And then the sine wave sneaks its way in there too. See what I mean by like it's just continuously building and building until we get to like the big outro. It's like those licks too are just something crazy. Break it down, we still keep everything else. Beat kind of gets a little groovy there in the breakdown. Then we lead to our breakdown into taking it out. And like the beat slowly fades out. And just let those bells ring. Let those bells ring. I thought that was a perfect way to finish off that album. Just like with something smooth like that, bro. Something like that really taps into like the R&B, like the classic R&B feel. I thought that was a perfect way to end off that album. But now, Flameser mentioned something about, like a holiday theme. So I really wanted to like touch on that because I actually, for the first time last year, I made a holiday themed song, but not in the traditional way that people would have thought, that people would think. I made it from a G-Funk beat. Congrats, Debo. You're so freaking awesome. One of the first friends I made in the Hive Mind and one of the reasons I stuck around. Wanted to stop by to say what's up and hope you have a great stream. Thank you so much, Jake, and thank you so much for the well wishes and the congrats. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by. Much love to you. But yeah, cheers in the air. This was my very first attempt at making a holiday song. Now, I do want to stress. Also, thank you, Jake, for paying your ties to the stream. I do want to stress, though, this was a sampled song. The original is a G-Funk song called "Yeah, I Heard You" by Incident. So I just want to like give credit where credit is due. Since I did it in the description, I want to make sure I do it, like formally now, like now that we're playing this. But yeah, this was my first attempt at making a holiday song, and it got not too much attention, but I mean, hey, that was pretty much like the norm, which is fine. But I wanted to try my hand at making a holiday song. You know what I mean? I really wanted to try and see if I could come up with something very unique, but also still giving that vibe. So here is "Cheers in the Air." I'm gonna get up and stretch for this while it's playing. You hear them bells coming in? Let me stop. I'm acting like I'm being a fool, bro. Let me stop. I just love the groove for this one, bro. Like, there was a part where I just like couldn't stop, like actually like almost got up my chair. Oh, you hear that lead there? Groovy ass Christmas. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going for. I wanted to make it as groovy as I could for a Christmas song. So like we break it down just to like let the beat flow a little bit. I would love to see this played in a Christmas movie. Oh my god, this would be so awesome. If this was played in a Christmas movie, bro, or like a Christmas special that anybody else is doing, oh my god, that would be so cool. Let's see, what date did I post this? December 15th, 2023. So like literally 10 days before Christmas that year. And then you got the bells coming back, the melodic bells coming back. And break that, like do that little beat cut off right there. Oh yeah, hold on. I think right there you could call that a call and response too. Listen. Not right here, but a little bit further. What's up, Benny? Welcome in. All right, here and then. Yeah, there it is. There's a call and response. Is this Christmas funk? Yes, it is. This was posted in December of last year. This was my first attempt at making try and make a holiday themed song, but I wanted to try and what I ended up doing was I sampled a G-Funk song. And tried to give it a holiday spin. True Smanger, I'm glad you like it. But yeah, like you hear that call and response right there. And then ooh, and then they like work together. And then you got the lead coming in. That lead is probably one of my favorite parts about this song. And you just got the lead taking the spotlight right there. During the breakdown. Bring the beat back. Bro, this would be so cool to hear in like a Christmas special or like anybody like who does like holiday videos or holiday streams. And then you got like a new lead coming in here. Sort of like a bridge of sorts. You'll have to forgive me only listening with half an ear, following the Mets game and trying to learn about baseball, but trying to listen intently too. Hey, don't worry. Hey, that's fine, Benny. I know a lot of people are like tuned into the Mets game right now for the boss man. Hey, it's completely fine, bro. I'm like I like got like one of my phones over here trying to watch myself, trying to keep up with what's going on. Right now I can see the Mets is up by 2. I'm actually really hoping that the Mets go to the World Series. Like, I would love to see I would love to see Nex's reaction if the Mets win. Not only if they get there, but if they actually win the whole thing. Yeah, that was a banger of an inning. Yeah, that shit was wild, dude. Can't believe we was all there for that. Hey, got that lead coming back. The second lead, I guess I should say. Just like this is the big groove part, the big funk. Popcorn tastes just the right amount of salty with Philly tears, and I'm not even American. That's hilarious. And then we break it down. Get ready to wrap this thing up. I just had to play that lead one more time. Like, I love that lead so much. Magical ending right there. Magical ending. Love it. I think that was to me, I feel like that was a pretty good first attempt at a holiday song. It might just be my only one that I make, because I don't think I could top that. I do want to talk about a lot of the music that I've made in more recent years that weren't covered, that came out, after not the 4-year, but the where's it at, bro? The 5-year anniversary that I did. The 5-year anniversary stream that I did. So a lot of songs that, like, from here all the way up to, like, most recently, those are the songs that I want to kind of like break down for the rest of the stream here. So I want to start with might as well just start with this one. We're on our way. Now, as you can tell, like, with a title like that, where I was at the time with my music, and, like, I think this was like a time where, like, I felt like a lot more of my music, a lot more attention was being garnered towards my music, and I felt like, hey, I think something big is coming for it, bro. So, with a title like this, when I was making this song, I had to, like, give, like, that feeling. It's like, yeah, that's the only thing I can really say. It's like, we on our way. But yeah, that's pretty much the overall theming of this song. It's like, we on our way to even greater heights, hopefully. I want nothing but the best for my music. I want to be successful in this. I want people to feel good when they hear stuff like this from me. But, here we go. This was October 18th, 2023. So, like, now you just hear the bass and the melody starting us off here. Okay, so right off the bat, so you hear, like, there's an extra beat. There's an extra beat in the very beginning, but because of the way, like, the rest of the song is structured, I had to cut a beat off to make it fit. So listen. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 5, I think. Hold on, sorry. 6. So I cut like 2 beats off from that for the rest of the song. That's the only time you will hear it as 6 beats. Actually, yeah, it's just 1 because it's 5. It's like, yeah, there you go. Okay. My math wasn't mathing, bro. My brain wasn't braining. My bad. And then you got, the second half leading into the what should be the main beat coming in. But overall, do you just like, you can like just like sort of like give it like a neo R&B type vibe, but the theming of the song still remains the same. It almost feels reflective in a sense, like there's a goal to work towards. And then you got like an organ type melody coming in. Break the beat down just a little bit, take the kick out. And the kick comes back right there. Tinkerbell again, and then there's the bridge. And then we got like a new pattern here. Just break it down, take the kick out once again. Just let the melody do its work. Build it up, build it up. Tinkerbell again brings us back to the main beat. Added a little bit of extra kicks in there for variation. And then that lead organ comes back in there. Like at that part, they work together in tandem before they split off again. Tinkerbell one last time. And then we just break it down, let the melody take it out. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Love that. I love that one, bro. I just love how I just love how melodic that one is. I love it. This one is a short one here. This one, you know how a lot of like old school, at a lot of like gatherings that I used to go to, whenever like they play like old school music, especially like old school dance music, especially with like, people wanting to do a flash mob. A lot of the times you'll be seeing them doing like a 2-step or like a 3-step clap or like the electric slide. So I just wanted to do something like that too, but I also wanted to kind of turn it into like a workout theme. Now this one right here, it's short, but it's pretty funky. It's called 3-step clap. I couldn't think of a better name for it. Now, right off the bat, you can tell like the drums like kind of sound like, like Prince inspired, because like it's like a Lindrum sample, a Lindrum machine sample. And like the Lindrum was a very popular tool that was used in a lot of like very popular music back in the 80s. So like, just a little bit of that nostalgia there and like that call back to like a lot of like, of what defined, 80s sound and rhythm back in the day. So like I had a lot of fun just like I had a lot of fun, like trying to like come up with like different ways to use this particular beat style here. So here's three step clap. Speaking of clap, there you go. This was just like a little fun one that I made. Cause like, okay, I had made a previous version of this song, but like it was nowhere near as groovy as this one. So I went back and redid it with this beat, with this Lindrum beats sample right here, and just straight up like it was like night and day. So like just like how we'll just like run this one. We'll just like run this one through, and I just won't say anything. Oh, hold on now. Hold on. Hey, Azu, thank you for the raid, man. Appreciate you. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome to my 6-year music anniversary stream. I am celebrating 6 years since I first made my music public, and now we're just going through. We just went through some songs from my newest album, which you can find on Spotify and over on my BeatStars page, which is right here. If you want to buy the album and support me directly, you can get it from here. But if you want to stream it, you can go to Spotify or any other music network. Happy anniversary. Thank you. What's good, Azu, Nero, Ducky, and also welcome all the Raiders. Welcome everybody. But yeah, we are celebrating 6 years of music today. We just went through, my first song. We went through my most popular song. We went through a couple songs from my newest album. And right now, we're just going through like a few more songs that I've made in recent years. Just going through and breaking a lot of those down. And I do have another announcement at the end, at the end of this stream here, as far as, like the future of my music, where I'm going to be posting most of my music at more often. And also, how I plan to, my desire to make a living from it. And also another surprise that I have for you guys as the very last announcement. So without further ado, let's get right back into three-step clap. And like I said, I was just gonna run this one through. This is a very short one, a very fun one that I made. It's like sort of like a callback to a lot of like songs that used like the Lindrum sound, the Lindrum machine sound back in the 80s. Primarily, like Prince, Luther Vandross, and like a lot of, like even D Train. It's like all those, very amazing artists from back then. It's sort of like a callback. So here's three-step clap. Also, what's up, Silver Owls? Thanks for the happy anniversary, bro. So here's three-step clap. Have a good one, Azu. Good night, fam. Thank you for the raid again. Sorry, I had to type. So like I said, little short fun beat there. Something to like power walk to, or something to like, do some like rhythm workouts to, you know what I'm saying? It's like as a little like callback to like the 80s, bro. But yeah. That's Three Step Clap. All right, so what's the next one? What was the next one? Oh, this one. Okay. This one right here. This one was my first attempt in a long time at doing trap beats. Like I said, I'm trying to be as versatile as I can. There's obviously going to be some genres that I know I'm not going to be able to be, as good at. But like it had been a long time since I had made like a trap type, rap type beat. But after how this one went, a lot of people loved it, and it made me feel really good. Cause like overall, I've delved into like over 20 different genres of music in the past 6 years. So this one right here is called Rain Clouds in October, which is fitting because I made this beat in October. I think I did. No, November 17th, 2023. What happened was I started this beat in October. And I finished it in November. Let me find out you can do a drill beat maybe one day. But yeah, here's Rain Clouds in October. Oh, before we continue, I just want to say, like, here's all the like credits and everything from like where I got like all the samples from, and like the remixing is obviously by me, but all the like original sources and stuff is all I try to like be very very diligent in like putting all the credits in the description, because as an like nothing is worse in the music world than a thief, bro, or like people who don't give credit where it's due. So like I try to remain diligent of that. It's like if there's a sample, or if like a song I make has a sample in it, or if like it's a mix of something else that's already like copyrighted material, I always try and give the credit to the original source. So I just want to throw that out there. But yeah, let's run it back. You hear that little I would love to see somebody create a sick freestyle to this beat. Maybe one day, maybe one day when my following like grows a little bit more, maybe one day I can like start doing like music challenges like that for the community. And maybe like, once I become like more financially stable, I can start like giving out prizes too for whoever does like the best one. You know what, Flameser? Yes, I actually have had that thought before. If I was to make my own game, this would be the OST. Yes, I have had that thought before. Like a lot of the songs that like I've like put into like albums, or like, just like mini albums or stuff like that, that I have in the works. By the way, yes, I do have a mini album in the works, and it's going to be that one is going to be like 90s R&B based, 90s R&B and New Jack based. So look forward to that. That's going to be coming out, I want to say, within the next 6 months. Like I've already got like the track list set for it. Like I just got to get like a photo shoot done. For like, like the main theme of the mini album itself. But yeah, that's going to be coming out within the next 6 months. So do be looking out for the announcement for that. I'm going to be posting that on Twitter. So if you're not following me there, you can go ahead, you can do so. But yeah. I have thought about like like putting like an OST together, or maybe just like a collection of some of like my best, like a collection of some of like my best work that would go into that I feel would go well with a video game setting, or just like other stuff. But yeah, it's a great idea. That little pause right there. Now, for the sake of variation, I had to do just a little bit something different with the beat here. So kind of like that, like little pauses there, pauses and breakdowns. Because the melody overall has pretty much stayed the same. Just let it fade. But yeah, a lot of people really liked that one, which felt really good. The next one, oh, we already did that one. This next one here is like when I started like to get into like a new form of like a new, like, I guess you could say like a new pattern with R&B. So this one and this one here, this one, and especially this one here are like, ones that I like really started to like really get into the feel of, like, like building upon different parts of a song, and just like having it all come together, like more so towards the end, just like hearing each individual part as it like and how it would fit towards the grand finale, I would say. So we'll start with Crystal Clear here. So like right off the bat, you can just like get a little bit of feel that smoothness. That lead coming in too, which is a bit unexpected because normally I save those for like, later in the song, but I wanted to like, start strong, especially for when that beat comes in. And just listen to that bass. The bass and the strings primarily. I feel like that cymbal swell could at least be a tad quieter. And then got the lead coming back. I love that little lick right there. Just love how it like drives right through that. And then like the strings in the background sort of like are like just like holding it from the back. think after this, like after this part right here, I think that's where we break it down to the bridge. Yep, here we go. Here's the bridge right here. And just break it down the beat too. And see, that cymbal swell was a little better there. You got a new little melodic pattern here. You can tell like it's starting to like build up again to the point where we get back to the main part here, or I guess I could say the chorus. And then we start making that push to sort of like, you know, toward the finale. Hey. Yeah, there we go. Now they're both like coming together here. Just one last push. Yeah. Break it down once again. Same thing, same way we kind of like did it with the bridge. Sort of like a coda in a sense. Let it mellow out. We still got that yeah. It's like slowly everything else is and of course Tinkerbell. Alright, yeah, that's another good one. But yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, this one. Alright. This one right here. I think you could possibly call this one like a lo-fi hip-hop type beat right here. Zero Gravity. You'll find out why it's called that in a minute. But like this song right here, I wanted this song to blow up too. There's a lot of songs that I made on here, especially within recent years, bro, that I felt like should have garnered way more attention than I didn't posted them everywhere. But at the same time, the algorithm is usually never in my favor. But, you know, I felt really proud of this one too, mainly because like this one was on like such like limited samples. Like it even got to the point where I had like to, you know, like isolate and split an original one to like make it like more so like a more isolated part than it normally was. So with that kind of, because I needed that kind of variation for this song to work. So like you'll hear it. But yeah, this is Zero Gravity. And right off the bat, you can kind of hear why it's called that. You know, it just feels like, you know, a space, like an in space, or like in sort of like in the stratosphere type of feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just floating out there, or like you're just floating out there. You know, looking at the stars, looking at galaxies, bro. Just, you know, you're one with the cosmos. I know that kind of sounds like crackpot talk, but you know, that's how it's supposed to feel. I wish I had the time to create music. Hey, anybody can, you know. But it's just a matter of like that understanding of like, you know, like how melodies and how rhythms and, you know, and how patterns work. You know, music is art. You know, some art may be better or even shittier than others, but at the same time, it's still art at the end of the day. So yeah, this one is Zero Gravity. This was sort of like supposed to be like kind of like a lo-fi hip hop song, but you know, still a little bit of like a little bit of like, you know, energetic R&B. I ain't sacrificing the time that got. I ain't sacrificing the time that I got is what I mean. That's fair. That's fair. I just really love this melodic note structure and this pattern right here. I love it. Then you got the beat, bro. Then you got double time on the hi-hat there. Music is very time consuming. Indeed it is. Like, I tell you what, I grew up learning the piano, so I know, yeah, it is. Like, I'll tell you what, like, in the time frames that it takes me to make a song, the shortest possible time that it has ever taken me to make a good song is like 20 minutes. The longest that it's taken me, 2.5 years. Like, it can literally range in between, just based upon, you know, what I'm feeling and how I'm feeling, and like if I'm liking what I'm making enough. You know, and also it can just like, you know, depend on if like, you know, I listen to it, or if I like post it and then I listen to it again and I want to go back and do something different with it. And then like maybe possibly that could be the final version, you know? It varies. Like now you can hear like double time on the hi-hats there. See, this is the part where I was talking about having to break it down and like having to like isolate it. To give it that variation. Like it needs that mellowness. Pause the beat. Bring back the hi-hats. Sort of like give it a little slight breakdown. And you can hear like that main part right there, that main melody, you can hear how distant it sounds as you can tell, like it's getting ready to be built up for it to be brought back to the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Wait for it. Like that. Bring back the double time on the hi-hat there. For some reason, I thought that was the breakdown, but I forgot. There it is. There's the breakdown that I was looking for. Now you hear that isolated part again. This time we just decided to go just straight double time on the hi-hats right off the rip. Break it down once again for that distant melody. We build it back up again for the last minute of the song. There we go. Send it back into space. I gotta imagine somebody getting high to this song, or maybe like a slowed down version of it. The kind of beat that make you levitate. You know what I'm saying? There we go, break it down, and to finish it off with that isolated part as it fades out. Hey, what up, November Raven? Welcome in. But yeah, I felt really proud of that one, especially given like how limited that sample was. You know, and the fact that I went the extra mile to try and isolate that, you know, because you know, I wanted, you know, at least some variation, somewhat of a variation within it. You know, I felt really proud of that one. Shamefully, it underperformed like a motherfucker, but I mean, hey, that's life. Let's see. That one's gonna take too long. I want to get to this one. I made this one like live in a VC when I made this song, and I just remember how like I wanted to put it together. Like I wanted to try this one. I wanted to try like to call back to the 80s again, but also like particularly I wanted to try and call back to, you know, like Loose Ends. I don't know if any of y'all know who they are. Some of y'all might know. But like Loose Ends was an R&B group back in like the 80s and back in like the late 80s and the 90s that made songs that, you know, with beats that, you know, inspired, you know, this song right here, which you'll pretty much, if you know who this group is, then you'll be able to tell right off the bat, you know, just from how the beat sounds. But here's How We Like It. So you can't really tell right now, but just wait. Yeah, that cowbell. All right, see, now you hear that, right? Now let me show y'all something. I'm gonna play you one of the most famous songs by Loose Ends here. So also beware, there's probably gonna be like some sound effects that's gonna go off. Yeah, see what I mean? There it is, Loose Ends, Hanging on a String. Now just listen to the beginning of this song here and tell me that you don't hear the reference. And
Java Copilot was designed to help.
You hear the beat? When did this song come out, bro? 1985. Oh my god. You hear it? especially like the roads. But yeah, like that was pretty much the main inspiration behind this song here. And let me tell you something, those cowbells, oh my god, those cowbells took so agonizingly long to like actually like put in the right place. Like, oh my god, like I had to like actually like put each single cowbell insert in its proper place so that it was like rhythmically correct to a T. Like, it took so much effort, but it was so worth it after like the whole song was finished. Hey. Hear synth coming in there. Give a little variation. Keep the groove up. Not gonna lie, I kind of went nuts on this one. You'll hear it, especially later in the song, just how much I cooked with this one. You got the bell coming in. The bells, I guess that's to say, because the cowbell is back too. Then I added a tambourine too, just to keep the funk. Give it a little funk. And then we break it down. I think this is the bridge right here. Yep, it is. So first we got the breakdown, especially with the tambourine acting pretty much as our hi-hat here. It's like our metronome, you know what I mean? New synth for the melody, or I guess I should say a new lead. Oh, I just love how that, I just love that right there. That lick. Oh, you got the guitar sneaking in there too. You hear it? And you got the synth from the first part coming back. And then we sort of chill on it a little bit. And then we bring back the bridge melody. Break it down for the end here. We got the guitar being a little bit more prominent there. There we go. Just let it fade, or like not necessarily fade, but like, you know. But yeah, you can tell by like how like, especially like right here, that's where I started to go crazy. As far as like variation goes, bro, I felt like I actually cooked with this one. Like right there, dude. Oh, I knew I had to like. Yeah, like right there, dude. Yeah, right there. Oh man, I knew I just had like to keep that groove up for the rest of the song. Like there's no way I could let it die down. Like I could let it like die down after that. I just had to keep it going for at least another minute and a half. But yeah, I think that's literally all the ones that I wanted to do for this one. Minus this one right here, which is my most recent original song that I posted 4 months ago, Curiosity. This is another 80s callback here, but this one I feel like is more centered and focused around inspired by Zapp and Roger. For those who don't know, Zapp and Roger are one of the reasons why T-Pain exists. But Zapp and Roger were literally among some of the first artists and groups to like experiment with like using a talk box. What up, Ricky? Welcome in. But yeah, pretty much like the talk box is like sort of was used as like a. Congrats on the 6 years. Thank you, fam. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. But yeah, like with like the talk box, Zapp and Roger was like one of the forerunners in using that as like an instrument, which basically, like put a tube up to your mouth, you play a synth, and like you just sing, and like whatever you sing and like the notes you play is like, it becomes like you sound like a singing robot basically. But a lot of the like grooves and the beats that they use would often, like be like kind of like robotic or like, synthesized groove a little bit. And I think there's a lot of other bands that did that back in the 80s as well. But like when you think about like, especially what this song is about, what you're about to hear in this song, you probably think of like Zapp and Roger. That comes to mind first. So here is Curiosity. Just establish that groove first. Let the bass kick in. And I can tell like it's a synth bass too. Got them bells kicking in. Got the hi-hat sort of like giving it the funk. So we start off pretty mellow right here. And you hear that guitar sort of like, working in tandem with the hi-hat too. As far as like the syncopations goes. And then you got the main synth coming in. Got another bell coming in there. Another bell, melodic bell coming in there. Sort of just like. You got the bell sort of like acting like it's like a. Now it seems like more like a. Hear how it's like now working in tandem with the other melody too. We got the breakdown, we got the bridge right here. I think this is the bridge, or it's just like a little like slight breakdown. Just sort of like, you know, like a get funky moment. This is like supposed to be like a part of this, just like, okay, now it's time to get your feet moving. Yeah, you see? This is like the get funky moment. So like everything is coming back. Everything is coming into play here. Yeah, you break it down. Just let the bells, the melodic bells, slowly bring the pad back. You see, like, you're bringing it down to the outro now. The get funky moment is now over. You're now starting to wrap it up. Bring that guitar back just to keep that, still want to keep that funk though. I think I kind of like dragged it out a little bit here because I was just enjoying this so much. I was enjoying this one a little bit. I was enjoying this one so much. And I think it just fades out. Yeah. Yeah. So that was the most recent one, that original one that I did from 4 months ago. Now, as you can see, I've done a lot of other stuff too. Don't look at that. Let's see, where is it? That's my stream playlist, which is like stuff that I play in the background. I've done some gaming streams too, but I had to unlist those because a lot more of like my family were starting to find out about my channel. But like right here, I've done like a lot of mashups, primarily featuring, Michael Jackson, because, I love Michael Jackson. Like, dude's literally the reason why I'm even doing what I'm doing now. But like, I've made a lot of remixes and mashups here that you can check out too. Most have garnered a pretty good amount of attention. So if you're ever interested in hearing, like the stuff that I like to, experiment with, and like, as far as like other music that isn't mine, I would highly recommend you check out a lot of these here. Like it's garnered a good amount of attention. A lot of people seem to like them, and I like to keep doing them. Just whenever ideas just spark in my head, I'm going to, like just keep putting these out whenever I like get to them, or whenever just more ideas pop in my head. So yeah. But due to risk of copyright and DMCA, I don't want to like risk playing any of these. But like, I just want you to I can't recommend that you go check these out enough. Like, it's still like there's a lot of these that I feel like need a lot more attention. Like, especially this one right here, which was my most recent one from 3 months ago. Like, I was really, really proud of a lot of these, if not all of them. So, definitely check those out for me. Spread them around, give them likes, give your feedback too, because that also helps with the algorithm. So, yeah. Speaking of mixes and stuff, I want to ask, would you be willing to take a commission to make songs, music? Yes. But the thing about that is, I'm trying to get better at, like doing like mixing and stuff like that. And, like anything that requires vocals, like stuff like I'm trying to like get better at, vocal mixing and like, pitch centering and stuff like that. I know I recently did some research, and like apparently, like with the version of FL Studio that I have, there's a few plugins that help with that I don't have that I would need to buy. Either that or upgrade to like the ultimate version of the ultimate all plugin version of FL Studio. But I can't really do that right now because like funds is tight. Like funds is like tighter than um funds is tight. I was gonna try and make a joke there, but I couldn't think of anything. But you know, so tight to the point where my bank account is like negative. So I gotta wait until I can get I gotta wait till I can get more income to be able to. I'm just curious, but good to know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just waiting until I can get all the resources that I know I need before I can do stuff like that. But I am definitely open to doing it. Just when that time comes, obviously. But like that's just something that I've always thought of. I've always kept that in mind. It's definitely something that I've always been interested in. Just like doing little projects here and there for other people. The not like sheep thing was an example of that. Like I felt like that was the first time I really, like fully tapped into that kind of potential with making the Not Like Sheep diss track with the Tambourine Club. But yeah, that's pretty much it for like the music stuff. But I do have one little thing. I do have one. I have like actually I have a couple announcements. So like I mentioned earlier that a lot more of my music is going to another platform. But this platform is where like I can actually like put my beats up for sale for people to buy. My beats and my albums, for people to buy, and that kind of thing like supports me directly. And I try to keep it, like at a reasonable price because I don't know how much, this platform takes as far as like cuts, as far as like a cut and everything from like sales. But like I started putting a lot of my music over here on BeatStars. Pretty much a vast majority of like my older work and a lot of my newer stuff is going up on here too. So if you're ever interested and you ever want to, support me directly financially, do consider, like checking this out. Uh, so there's that, and then I also have another announcement too. So I did say earlier that I do have like a 90s themed mini album coming out within the next 6 months, but also I want to say around within the next 6 months. But also, if I happen to release that mini album a lot earlier than I planned, then what's going to happen is I'm going to release another album later next year. That's going to be a G-Funk themed album. So yeah, definitely look forward to that too. If I release the 90s R&B mini album before the summer of 2025, anytime before the summer of 2025, then by fall or winter of 2025, there will be another album that I'll release. It'll be a G-Funk themed album. So I'm actually looking forward to that. These are actually things that I've had in the works for like the past like 3 years. So I'm actually really looking forward to like finally putting those out and like actually like finally getting more music officially licensed and released on every music platform possible. So there's that. And then I also have one last thing that I want to have y'all listen to. This is just like this was freshly made. This was like actually like downloaded earlier in real time because it just finished rendering. It's my latest song here, if I can find it. Yep, there it is right there. Yep, this is gonna be my newest song that's gonna be dropping literally like within a couple hours after the stream. So I hope y'all enjoy this one. I originally made this for like a different project that I had in mind, but like it didn't. It got turned down. It got turned down, so like it's gonna be just another original official song now. So let me see. I have to remember. That's window. I have to do display. Let me see. I have to remember where I put the display capture. If I did have one, I don't think I did. Did I? What's this one right here? Oh, okay. Never mind. I can just do it like this, or I can just do the one that already is up. That way, I don't have to make shit even more complicated. Yeah, there we go. Yep, there it is. All right, here we are. So this is my newest song that's going to be dropping within a couple hours after the stream. It's called "The Sky's the Limit," which is kind of which is kind of fitting because like it's kind of fitting because like I said, I want to reach even greater heights with my music, bro. And right now there ain't nowhere to go but up. There ain't nowhere to go but up and to keep going up. And that's what we gonna do during this whole journey here. So once again, thank y'all for the 6 years worth of support. I really appreciate y'all, and I hope to bring in even more people to my music here and like everything that I do here. So once again, thank y'all. I love y'all. And here's the last song for today. Here we go. The sky's the limit, bro. There we go. That was it. That's The Sky's the Limit. New song that's going to be dropping on YouTube a couple hours after the stream. Thank you guys. You know it's real when the head bopping can't stop and it's natural. Yes, sir. That's all I live. That's what I live for. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in here and joining me on today's celebration stream. I appreciate everybody being here. Thank y'all. We got to get the music. We got to get our outro music ready. Shit. Wait. Oh, I know how to find it quicker. This is why we have playlists, baby. Let me make sure I get the right one. Okay, it's a lot further down than I thought it would be. All right. I'm going to head out here. Stick around for the raid because we will be raiding someone. But yeah. Thank y'all so much for being here, man. Holy shit. 6 whole years, bro. And it's going to be a lot, and it's going to be a lot more. I can't believe how far, like, you know, this whole thing has come. Like, it's still beyond my wildest imagination, bro. Like, so many people in so many years, bro. It's been crazy. But it's also been very fun. You know, I just hope, you know, throughout these next few years, you know, I only plan to deliver better and more high quality music for y'all. You know, just only my absolute best. You know, if it ain't my best, then it's not going to be something that I put out. And if I do put it out, it's definitely going to be fixed. But, oh, wow, look at that. Right at the end, huh? That's crazy. But, I'm afraid, I'm going to have to decline your offer there. See you later. Hey, thank you, Flameser. Thank you. Hey, we take it one step at a time. Indeed, we do. And that's the best way to do it. You don't ever want to rush into something. You don't ever want to rush, you know, the process when it comes to, you know, creating art. You know, that's something that I've had to understand too. Like, even though there's a lot of songs that I want to like finish in a timely manner, or like, you know, that I've put out before, you know, it's just like you can't really rush something. You know, you can't rush quality. You know, quantity over quality, I don't think is ever the answer. So, you know, I've just been like taking that more into consideration the more music that I make. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just the main thing is, you know, this is my legacy. This is what I want to be my legacy, bro. Like, I want my music to, you know, give somebody a reason to, you know, like feel good, or like, you know, just to keep going. And I've heard that, you know, a couple times, which has been a big honor to me. But I feel like, you know, the better that I get at this, and the more people that you know, discover it and give it a chance, I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more people in this world that may tell me that, which I'm hoping for. I think that would be wonderful. So I'm gonna head out here. Let me see who I want to see who I can raid. I had somebody in mind already, because they're doing a subathon, and I really wanted to. And I don't think I've ever raided them before. But let me see if they're like actually like still on. Oh, there's 2. 3 actually. All right, I know who we're gonna raid. Ginger, make that 4. You know what? We can raid Psy. I hope we can raid Psy. I know some people have like viewer limits on like, you know, being rated and stuff like that, which is for good reason, because, you know, some people like to spam and troll raid, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, let's raid Psy. Psy is awesome. Yeah, I tend to get caught in that. I rated Psy before with less viewers than you. Okay, cool. Let's see. See, she's also doing a subathon. Yeah, I've been lurking in there. But yeah, Psy is awesome. So we'll go and raid. So we'll go over there and raid her. But you know, most of y'all in here probably already know Psy, so I ain't got to, you know, do my usual spiel about, you know, how to carry yourselves. So definitely take care, everybody. Thank y'all for joining me. Thank you for 6 years of music. Look forward to more updates on music in the future. Also, when the new song comes out in a couple hours, like it, share it, please spread it around. I do want to, you know, try and get the algorithm to pick that shit up. So yeah, definitely thank y'all so much for these 6 years, man, and cheers to more. But yeah, look out for further music announcements, you know, on my Twitter or in my Discord, just whenever I post them first. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna head on out of here. Much love and good night.